What's up? It's your boy, Reese the GOAT. We're back here. And let me just cut to the chase. I hope you guys have been watching the news. I hope you guys have been paying attention to everything you see on your TV. Well, not everything, but the majority of things you see on your TV. In the other previous episodes, we discussed the unfortunate event that happened in Texas. And I hate to say that I was right, but I was motherfucking right. These niggas spent 77 minutes to do nothing. These kids got shot and nobody stopped it. For 77 minutes, these niggas was in a huddle, getting different equipment, putting hand sanitizer on their fucking hands. When do you ever see people wash their hands in the first place? These niggas will sneeze in their hand, scratch their ass, scratch their butt, anything, and then shake somebody's hand. But in the event of a mass shooter shooting a lot of brown children, hear that again on the back end. A lot of brown children, they find it's time to fist bump and elbow bump each other and use hand sanitizer? Nope. Accountability. I need these niggas fired. I need these police officers fired. I need everybody laid off. I don't need no payments, nothing. Laid off. All right. What's up? You guys are here for another episode of Black Air Force News, and we're going. Listen, guys. I don't personally have a problem with people. I want to first express that out to everybody. I don't have a problem with people. It's a lot of good ones. I share their name with a person I love, actually. Shout out to Reese Witherspoon. I love you, bro. But the actions that are taking place in this country that you guys forged and fought for with your forefathers, it's going to shit. It's going to shit. And how we're going to start it's going to shit is we're going to bring up some events that's going on right now. If you guys look at Fox News or CNN or whatever the fuck y'all get y'all news from, not the Shade Room, child, because they ain't going to post that. But shout out to the Shade Room. No, it's no shade to the Shade Room, but they ain't going to talk about it. January 6th, 2021. A bunch of Caucasian from the mountains of Caucasus descended upon the Capitol because El Presidente told them that we're going to overturn this election and Mike Pence, hard-head ass, is going to help us. Mike Pence, listen, boo. Mike Pence saw what it was and said, nah, I don't want to be here another 4 years. I'm going to let the ball fall where they may. And he just did what he was supposed to do. Now, the other one, he rallied these people up. He ended up getting 2 or 3 people killed. I think 2 or 3 people killed, died at the Capitol. 2. A girl got stumped. She got stumped the fuck out, like stumped the yard. And she was there trying to protest Thompson. We're going to kill. They got a video of her saying, we're going to fucking kill Mike Pence. And she's getting stumped out outside. And I'm not making light of it, but I am making a joke. It's dark, so I can't make light of that. It's a joke. It is what it is. In other news, all of Trump's minions are about to fall down because they're all getting indicted left and right. His wife has mysteriously died. I'm not saying he pushed that bitch. Can I say that? I can say that. Okay, I got permission. I can say that. I think he pushed her ass. Allegedly. I allegedly think he pushed her. I think he allegedly pushed her. It was an awful, sad situation that she fell down the stairs, but I think she pushed her. Here goes another sad case of the Caucasians. Uvalde. The video has finally been released, and I saw that certain news outlets leaked the video prior to the families being shown. I mean, ultimately, that's just wrong. That was wrong. That's a sad event. Children was lost. People's wives and sisters and brothers were lost. So to put that out without any kind of reconciliation for the family is a little low. But what came from it, the truth is the truth is the truth, no matter how the truth is put. Whether you like the truth, you dislike the truth, you hate the truth, or you love the truth is the truth. And the truth of the matter was, they came into that school and they did not act. Those were real police officers who did not act. They didn't stop it. They went down the hall and came back. They had the firearm. They had the artillery. 4 or 5 different agencies came. An officer from Border Patrol had to go and kill the shooter. After 400 officers were out there with tactical weapons, gear, bulletproof vests, these children had book bags, pens, pencils. They didn't have the tactical gear, but some of them fought for their life. And a lot of them could have probably more than likely been saved had they would have gotten medical attention. 77 minutes before they got fucking shot. That brings us into our next topic, though. The Buffalo shooter, the Charleston shooter, the movie theater shooter. They all have something in common. They have this idea that the white man is going to be replaced. And this is not a new idea. This is not something new. This is coming from a guy in Europe who wrote a pamphlet telling people that, basically, if white people don't get their shit together, we will be replaced and we will be the minority. And how do you think the land will be run if the minority becomes the majority? They are the majority when it comes to running things. So if that power switch happens, what do you think is going to happen with that? Everybody says white supremacy. I think of it as white insecurity. When the last census came out and it showed that white babies weren't being born in America at an all-time low, what do you think that did to them? Y'all listening? What do y'all think that did? That fucked their brain up. They said, oh, no. We're going to nip this hoe in the bud. We're going to nip this hoe in the bud. It's a reason why Haitian immigrants can't even immigrate to America right now. They're stuck in camps. But you can come from Ukraine. You can come from Switzerland. Like it's nothing. There's a reason. There's a reason why you don't hear too much about the opioid crisis right now. I want y'all to figure out who the opioid crisis affected. We'll get into that a little bit later. This replacement theory, it says that in the year 2040, white people will be outnumbered by people of color, POC. And I don't really like to identify as a person of color. I'm just a black person in America, because when you say person of color, we tend to get lost in everybody else's races, And I'm not shading other demographics, but when you say people of color, when you hear that and then when you see it on TV, it doesn't look like me. It doesn't look like a lot of people like me. It just doesn't. And that's just the truth of the matter. It's a lot of white passing people who are easier digestible than me, a black man. So I don't like to get caught up on that idea of people of color. But on a positive note, what I will say is, now that we are seeing those people showing their true colors, it's riots going on in all parts of the country. You got Roe versus Wade being overturned. Can we talk? Hold on. I'll put this. Now I'm about to get shady. Hold on. Now I'm about to get fucking shady. Roe versus Wade was overturned. And for y'all who don't know, if you don't got a fupa, a JJ, that means that if you get molested, attacked, or you're like 10 fucking years old and you're pregnant, you is SOL, okay? Because they don't think that you deserve an abortion. All babies should be born. That's what they say. Pro-life. It's crazy that they say pro-life and they don't care about the lives of the children afterwards. You're saying pro-life, but you're not making laws to stop school shooters. You're not making laws to stop unarmed black people from being shot multiple times. How is it that 12 officers can shoot a man 60 times who is running the opposite direction from him, but a school with one shooter and one gun? This the icing on the cake for me. Did you know that he crashed his truck like right in front of the school, and like all these people had saw it and they went inside and they forgot to lock the fucking doors? Why weren't the police called then? I don't understand that either. But I digress. But back to this Roe versus Wade situation. I myself am a firm believer of giving people a choice, because what happens when you don't have a choice to do something, you bring somebody into the world that you don't want. And these children become mistreated. They come into bad housing situations. They come into bad living situations. Parenthood should be a planned activity. That's why it's called Planned Parenthood. Shout out to Planned Parenthood. Parenthood should be a planned activity. You should plan on being a father, a mother, not when y'all in the midst of doing the ooty gooty gooty. I want you to have my babies. No, the fuck you don't. No, the fuck you don't. You do not want. I'm not gonna call it. You don't want that nigga to be your baby. That nigga don't take care of his dog. He don't even fucking brush his head. What the fuck he gonna do with a baby? That's the reality that we live in right now. That is coming into question with the women right now, which is really fucked up and sad. And at the front of the judges who pushed that, oh my God, a fucking monkey. I mean, a black man. Excuse me. Excuse my French. A black man by the name of, what's his name? What's the fucking Supreme Court justice name? I was about to call him Herman Cain, but that nigga dead. So it's not Herman Cain. The nigga's from the grave. Clarence fucking Thomas. His name is Clarence. That was the problem right there. His mother didn't plan on him, because you don't name no fucking baby. You don't look at no baby. You just push out and say, I'm gonna name my baby boy Clarence. You're full of shit if you say that's what happened. Clarence Thomas, he said, and I quote, that the laws on same-sex marriages need to be repealed. Now, listen, I don't know everybody's situation out here. You know, I don't know how y'all swing and tang. But if that doesn't alert you, even if you are heterosexual, that's a problem, because he is infringing on other people's rights. And once he infringes on their rights, somebody else is going to start infringing on our rights. Let's not forget where we lay in this country as black people. You know, it's people still alive from the 1950s and 60s and 40s. Look at the bitch who lied on Emmett Till. They trying to get that bitch now. They gonna get that bitch too. There's people still alive who had to feel the effects of not being able to have their rights and not being able to live a fulfilled life, because the country they live in did not allow them to have their rights. And I feel like we're about to be in a renaissance, like Beyonce said, because this is about to repeat itself. A renaissance. A little weird there. I don't know what's the correlation. Maybe B knows something we don't. But I challenge everybody. If you are a man who loves women, who loves your mama, if you got a sister, if you love your sister, if you love your girlfriends, if you got friends as females, and you have respect for them, this is not a time for you to take a sign of indifference. This matters. This is important. So wherever you guys are watching this at, urge your local politicians, or urge your local state officials to make their decision, because it is up to the states now, and we need to know what the decision, so we know where we stand at. Go vote. Get y'all ass up there and vote. I know it's a heat wave outside. Just like you going to the club, you had your ass out anyway. You got your titty out, got your back meat out. Go like you was going to vote. You know, fellas, go ahead with them dusty ass Air Forces. Go and get your ass in the line. I mean, you know what you was gonna go there anyway. Go vote. You don't deserve to have an opinion if you don't vote. Now, if you're a felon, if you're a convicted felon, excuse me. I am so sorry. If you are disenfranchised, I am so sorry. But help people vote. If you can't vote, drive somebody to the poll. Felons, if you are a convicted felon and you cannot vote, drive somebody to the poll. You can't beat that. Drive somebody to the poll. If you can't vote, if you don't even think you need to vote, get somebody else to vote. Get somebody else to vote. It's all about that. What's up? What it do? Y'all, this part of the show is called On the Timeline. I'm going to tell you the things that's been popping out to me. Like, I'm going to show y'all some stuff off Twitter, some stuff off Instagram that's really been getting at me. But for starters, let's talk about this little challenge where everybody's telling their kids, oh, somebody outside want to fight me, and their kid outside want to fight me too. It's funny to a certain extent until you see what happened in Florida. A woman really did this, and her child shot another woman in the head. Let's hear that again. She had her child shoot a woman in the head and kill her. Now her child is facing a first-degree murder charge in Florida. So when we do stuff like this, let's be mindful of the time that we live in and the emotions that we live in with people. Like, you can get in an argument with somebody on the highway and you might end up getting shot. I, it's just the truth. Road rage incidents happen every day now. Every day. Either resulting in death or injury. So that's just a little fair warning about all these challenges and stuff out here. Well, let's go back to the timeline. Let's see what we see. Let's see. New movies. Jurassic Park. Jurassic World Dominion. I was excited to see it. You know, their Twitter told me, like, they interacted with me on Twitter to go see it, and I would interact back, but I don't have a positive review. If you want to see a movie with a bunch of white people and dinosaurs running around and shooting and helicopters and snow and stupid shit, Jurassic Park Dominion is your movie. Go see that shit. When I tell you it's a whole hour and a half of fucking dinosaurs running around and shit and fucking clones, it didn't make no fucking sense. And then besides the dude, the only other black character on there, which I seem to keep seeing as this archetype in TV and movies. Ooh, excuse me. That was the ancestors. They said, hush up. They seem to be always sassy, overbearing, and never can just be normal, smart, creative, docile people in movies. We always have to the loudest, the sassiest, snap. That's not how you do it. Let me show you how this thing go. Why do we? That's not all black women. That is such a small idea of what a lot of these white directors and creators think of us. And I feel like movies are the imitation of life. And if that's the case, that's how they think about us. There is a whole thread on Amazon and Netflix, if I'm not mistaken, that says strong black female lead. Now, it was good to see representation, but not when they get typecasted. They did? Oh, yeah. Sorry to them. Because I was stupid. That was a dumb mistake. And you shouldn't have made it. But it goes into my idea that as black people, because I love her so bad, real bad. I love it. What Carisha told Diddy? We go together. I love black people real bad. I love being black real bad. And my thinking is this. If we're seeing that white Hollywood directors are putting us in these boxes and are putting us in these typecasts, go elsewhere. Go elsewhere. Look at Jordan Peele. He got the #1 movie in the country right now. It is buzzing. And I happened to see it the other day. Excellent film. And you know what I noticed? The characters were not typecasted. They were not made to be just one type of person. This was a movie about a lot of different things, and no part of the movie did I feel like it was just a bad black trauma movie. I get sick of those slave movies. It's almost October. Another slave movie got to come out. You know, they love to put a good old slave movie out before it get cold, and it's always gonna have some sad crying scene at the beginning. That shit is aggravating. Why do we have to keep reliving that and watching that when we know it and then nothing changes in the future? You see the trauma and grief that you put in an hour and 25 minutes, right? They see this, that they had to direct. In an hour and 25 minutes, they see all the trauma that they have caused on our race, but yet nothing barely changes in the future, in the real present time. They would get together on the red carpet. Great acting, phenomenal skills. I love the act. At a certain point, it wasn't acting, it was reality. That was their reality. So when I say this, it's not to bash white people or white directors or white filmmakers, but it is to ask the question, what are you getting out of making a slave movie? What are you personally getting out of making a slave movie? What are you getting out of making a black trauma movie? And that is a hard question to answer sometimes for a lot of them. And they won't. They can't tell you why they'll answer that, why they won't answer that. They'll tell you, well, my family didn't own slaves, actually. We actually came from Ireland, and we were poor potato farmers, so we didn't have slaves. They'll tell you that. They'll tell you, oh, you know, my family only came in the 1920s. We didn't have slaves, so I'm not a part of that. Whose story are you telling? I ain't seen but 2 or 3 movies about the Holocaust. Schindler's List. Schindler's List. And that fucking scene from X-Men. I haven't seen much about the Holocaust, but yeah, it's a slave movie coming out every other year. But the victims of the Holocaust, they get funded. They got what's the thing? What did they get? The Holocaust, they got they gave them money. They gave Holocaust survivors money. If you guys got time, I want you guys to look up a man by the name of Dick Gregory. I'm not being funny. That's literally his name. Look him up. Watch some of his clips. He's going to discuss a lot of this. That's all I'm going to say on that. It's the truth. $86.8 billion was given to the victims of the Holocaust. How many victims of the slavery are still here and kicking? A lot of us. A lot of us. Y'all got a dime? No. But what's the general consensus on black people? Y'all just live off the government and welfare. It sounds like they fucking living off the government and welfare. They getting $86 billion with a fucking B. Did it come from Germany? $720 million was given last year from Germany. Them niggas knew they was wrong for what they did, and they paid for it. America would never do that. Don't shoot the messenger. I'm just saying what y'all think. It was a clip. I'm going to find a clip and insert it.
Abortion. I think that was a real downfall in American society because we've murdered millions of children. Why is it okay to murder children in the womb, but not okay to murder kids in school? I know this isn't your usual thing.
It's a clip. A guy was interviewing people on the street, and he asked them what he thought about the Roe versus Wade overturning. And he told them, how come it's okay for us to kill babies in the womb, but we can't kill them in the school? Now, that comment alone just, everybody in the comments like, why would he say that? He's crazy. Sadly, I don't think he's crazy. Sadly, I think he thinks the way a lot of other white people and a lot of other mass shooters think. It's called a collective conscience. When you show a group of white people a mass active shooting, they all clench in fear and they're like, oh my God, this is terrible. It has to stop. Stop the violence. I wish I had my gun. And then when you show them a video of an unarmed black man being shot by the police, it's, well, he shouldn't have been resisting. What was he doing? Why was he listening to the police officer? This last mass shooter, they had better not have brought him back alive. In Florida right now, they sentencing that ugly ass nigga. What's his name? Nicholas, his fucking egghead ass. They're sentencing him right now. They brought him in alive. He was able to walk out of the school, go to McDonald's, chill, and enjoy a drink before they arrested him. No scratches, no bruises, no nothing. He had killed 19 people and tried to kill a lot more. They have this idea that it's not that bad if we're doing it for a cause. Yeah. Okay, I'm just playing with y'all. And that girl I'm referring to is the girl, the queen, sleeves, big sleeves, Miss Onika Tanya Mirage. I just want to talk about this real fast. I'm sorry. This is not like a bar podcast, but it can be. Simply, it really can be. Can we just talk about wireless? She gave us looks. She gave us face category, body. She brought Bia out. Did y'all see Wireless Fest? She shut down the UK. She's in her Michael Jackson era, I fear. She's in her Michael Jackson era. I'm not even gonna cat with y'all. I really do fear she's in her Michael Jackson era. The block was fucking hot in Europe. She literally walked outside, her and Tate looking beautiful, walked outside, and the block was hot. She's swinging on little fans and shit. I'm gonna go. Get the fuck out of here. That shit was so... That shit was hilarious. And for all the haters that got hate for Nicki, that's crazy. Y'all got hate for her. If you hate Nicki, you really hate yourself. I'm not gonna cap. because she is the epitome of like talent meeting work ethic meeting skill. Like she's got the look, she got the sound, she just delivers it. It's like it's hard to find something wrong with her performances, and you really can't. You really can't. I mean, she ate wireless up. I'm not even gonna cap. And then she dropped a fucking a teaser on us, and it's trending. Like she's like Nicki is always gonna be trending. It doesn't matter what she do. If she walk outside and drop a fucking popsicle, oh my god, Nicki alert, Nicki alert. She dropping popsicles, y'all. Everybody gonna drop their popsicles too. If she decide to go tomorrow and shave all her hair off and go bald, it's gonna be a lot of bald bitches, and Jada Pinkett gonna snatch her little wig back. I'm gonna blurt that name out because I shouldn't even said that one. We're gonna blurt that one out. Thank you. But back to the queen. This album, Nicki Minaj's new album that's about to come out. I just know it's gonna come out before the summer is over. I know we got to get it before August, at least before September. Straight heat. I'm predicting it now. I'm predicting it's gonna shut a lot of people up. I'm predicting it's gonna be a lot of new female rap beefs. They're gonna start beefing with themselves. They're gonna hear the song. I just know Remy gonna be sitting somewhere, lacing up her Timbs, pulling her boxers up, and she gonna be like, "Yo, this new Onika, I'm gonna kill this bitch. Why would she speak about me like that?" Yeah, she gonna have them heated. This album about to be fire. But on a serious note, Miss Nicki Minaj, if this ever reaches you, I would really, really die for the opportunity to come to Queen Radio. I saw you're selecting 10 people, and I know, I ain't got I don't have a bar page with a lot of followers, but check me out. I'll see you at work soon, but I would like, to chop it up with you at Queen Radio. Like, seriously. Just keep me in consideration. It's your boy.